Howdy folks, it's All Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to start another bush trip today. We're going to head all the way down to the bottom. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about this double one with different planes, but we talked about that at the start of the bush trip. We're going to start the Spitsbergen-Norway mainland. Now, don't be confused. I know this other bush trip said it's not complete yet you've watched the whole thing, and that's because I'm recording these out of order due to timing. Because this starts with a 3-hour leg. So you're watching them in order. I'm just recording some of them out of order, so ignore that. Let's start this one. Now, I know that I can probably start this bush trip and then quit at any waypoint and resume from that waypoint. So I don't have to do all 3 hours at once, but I want to. That's kind of the point. And I don't know how far apart the legs are. I mean, the legs could be 2 hours apart for all we know, or the POIs, whatever waypoints, could be like 2 hours apart for all we know. So, who knows? So we're going to start it. And at least we get to land on a normal runway for the first one. So if something crazy happens, something crazy shouldn't happen, we should be able to land. Because some of these other ones, like, if it doesn't go so well, you have to go back. So anyway. Alrighty, here we go. We are in the Grand Caravan today, which I believe has autopilot. So thankfully, I should be able to use autopilot, even if it is simple as setting a heading bug. Because that other bush trip that you already watched, that I'm still recording, hand flying that thing 2-3 hours at a time is exhausting, I must say. However, don't worry, you're not going to have a 3-hour video. It would be edited down to something consumable, and depending what this is, if it's over water or something, the video could actually end up being like half an hour or less, even though it's 3 hours for me. That's just the way it works. Alright, Spitsbergen, Norway mainland. Spitsbergen, the largest westernmost island in Norway's Svalbard archipelago. I see this in writing all the time, I can never say it. Archipelago. Hey, archipelago. That was easy. Bunch of lakes. Something lakes. Lago. Archipelago. Is one of the Nordic region's most renowned and little known regions. Really. It's a mysterious Arctic world steeped in the history of exploration and scientific inquiry, not injury, that remains virtually untouched by humanity. The starkly beautiful island, which measures 250 miles north to south and 150 miles at its widest, is located under 1,000 miles from the North Pole, at the juncture of the Arctic Ocean proper, the Norwegian Sea, the Barents Sea, and the Greenland Sea. The name Spitsbergen translates to pointed mountains in Dutch, and is evocative of its physical nature, which is characterized by mountains, glaciers, and fjords. More than half of the island is covered by glacial ice, and the highest point, Newton Peak, stands more than a vertical mile above the sea at 5,624 feet in elevation. Spitsbergen was discovered in 1596 by Dutch explorers and eventually was used as a base for whaling operations. Today it's the only permanently inhabited island in the Svalbard archipelago. I just said that word. Archipelago. Its first settlement, Longyearbyen, I'm putting an R in there, aren't I? Longyearbyen was established in the early 20th century to serve the coal mining industry, which remains the primary mainstay of the island's economy to this day. Spitsbergen is perhaps most renowned for research and geographic exploration. In 1926, American explorer Richard Evelyn Byrd, very English name, even though it's American, that's a very British American name, used the island as a base for his attempt to reach the North Pole in a fucker. Also in 1926, Norwegian polar explorer Roland Amundsen launched his airstrip the Norge from Spitsbergen on a flight that successfully covered the North Pole and traversed the entire of the world's Arctic latitudes. Scientists have used the island for decades for a wide variety of research, notable for work in understanding Arctic environments, weather, and climate. This is a long description. The Spitsbergen bush trip explores the southwestern coast of the island, then crosses the eastern extremity of the Norwegian Sea near its boundary with the Barents Sea, and ends with a journey along the northern reaches of the mainland Norway. Special considerations. Ensure proper familiarization with instrument navigation of the Cessna. Yes, we already do. Attention to fuel level is critical. That's why we have repair and refuel on my keyboard. Refueling is only possible when Turtle uses it on his keyboard. Maximize aircraft's efficiency, or you might have to fill up using Turtle's keyboard. Okay, so there we go. The bush trip overall is not that long, but it's a long leg. So what I'm going to do, it doesn't say that we have to do cold and dark to complete this one, so maybe we don't have to. I don't know. Oh, that goes back. Okay, so I'm going to continue and actually keep this running while I record. Normally I don't have this part, but I want you to see what we're doing. So looks like, oh, my mouse doesn't work. So it looks like we're taking off and then going all the way across to the mainland in the first leg. I bet that's why. So it's going to be open water, which means not much sightseeing, which means this could end up being a pretty short video for you. I'm not going to combine it with the next leg like I normally would for shorter things because of timing, and I don't know what it's going to be like edited down. So my 3 hours might only be a couple minutes for you. That's okay. That happens sometimes. But anyway, that's our route. And oh, lovely weather we're having today. Alrighty, can we change the weather in this? I'm just curious. We can. This is important to know because most bush trips are like mini games in air quotes, where everything is locked down and everything. It started cold and dark. You might have to end cold and dark. We'll see. Anyway, everything's locked down. You can't change settings. You can't change anything. It's all predetermined. So sometimes you need to be able to change the weather because if it uses like a generic weather model or even live weather, though it's not marked, you can't fly. So example, in other bush trips we've tried, we have icing and stuff, which we didn't have in the airplane. Therefore, I'm looking for icing in this one, I can't remember. So we had to change the weather and stuff so that we wouldn't ice up. Don't we have anti-icing? Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Don't we have anti-icing in this? Huh. Maybe we don't. Don't we have autopilot in this? Yeah, right up here in front of my face. I don't see anti-icing in this. So what that means is, if I can't find it over here, if I can't find it, then we need to change weather if it's too cold. Huh. I don't know. I'll look more carefully. Anyway, let's get this thing started up. Let's see if I can do this without a checklist. Is there a checklist? Yeah, but see, it's marked as though it's done. Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to put conditioners in, maybe not in that order, but we're going to, where is the fuel selector? Maybe there's not a fuel selector. Maybe it's always on. That wouldn't make sense. Let's come over here. Let's see what we can do on our own. We're going to do battery on. The starter's already on. Let's turn the ignition on. See if that's all we need. Nope, we need more. Oh, we need, do we need like a generator? External power. Is that going to work? Oh, it wasn't starter. It was on off. Is that going to work? Alright. How come I can't start this on my own? Wait, there it goes. Okay. Yes, I can start it on my own. I'm not crazy. We don't need that anymore. Whatever. Alrighty, that's starting up. Parking brake is set, right? We're not going to roll away. There we go. Okie dokie. Let's get rolling. We have... Man, how come I don't have presets for this section? What did we do? We don't need standby alt power because we're running. We probably don't need the starter on anymore. We'll leave the ignition on. Generator. Is that reset or on? That looks like it's on. Fuel boost we don't need. We're already running. Test switch. Don't know what that does. What's over here? We should have done our lights first. Because that's what you do. No smoking seatbelts. They're not. That goes up, but it's not modeled. We'll do that. We'll do that. Well, here's the anti-ice I was talking about. But is it not modeled? We don't need the wing light. Okay, well, maybe we have anti-ice. Maybe we don't. We'll have to see if it works. What else do we got to do? We got to turn on some avionics. What's down here? Do I have a preset for this? What's this stuff? Avionics. That's the brightness. That's not. Let's get some lights going in here. There we go. Air conditioning. Doesn't matter. What's over here? That doesn't matter. Where's avionics and stuff? There has to be an avionics switch. Has to be a big, huge avionics switch somewhere. Where is it? I've flown this thing once, I think. So bear with me while I find everything. Ah, there you are. Way over there. Okay. Avionics, blah, blah, blah. We should be good to go. Unless it turns off mid-flight, which has happened to me in other planes when I didn't turn on generators and things. But we should be good. Is there ATC? There is ATC. I guess we could try using it. North is up. What? Where are we starting? Hang on. What's our plan here? Sierra Bravo. And what's our last thing? Okay, 19 minutes. So if we crash, we only have to redo 19 minutes. All right, we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, now it's... Hang on. I want north up. I'm going to have to... I'll mess with that later. Or I can just mess with it now. Do I push the button? Nope. Enter. Do this one. And then what? There we go. North up. Thank you. Alright. How do I get out of it? There we go. Now I'm trying to understand. This looks so much different. Oh, because we're going around the bend. Gotcha. I was going to say that looks different. And we're going to, yeah, so we're crossing the water in this leg, and that's why it's so long. So again, easy peasy for you. But then soon it'll be cut down. Alright, let's get going though, because for me, it's going to be a long time. That's good enough. I'll play with that later. We're ready to go. No, we're not. We need to read about what we're doing. It's a bush trip. Holy cow. I'm not going to read all this out loud because it'll hurt my voice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do highlights. You can pause and read more detail if you want to. After lifting off, begin a circle climb to 2,500 feet to gain a view of the region. Okay. Administrative center is the largest population center. Okay, you can pause and read about that. The fjords are some of the most dramatic in the world. Can't wait to see it, and you can read about that. So that's 7 minutes. That's easy. So what we'll do, we'll get up in the air, either view it together, do sightseeing, whatever. So normally the way this works, if you haven't watched a bush trip with me before, is I get in the air, I fly, and sometimes I'll read about a bunch of stuff at once and I'll give you sightseeing without my voice, making sure to include everything in the sightseeing. Or we fly together and look at things together. It just depends on, don't mind, there's the 70 minutes. Just depends on what I feel like doing. So, anyway, setting course. Well, okay, navigation. There's something else to talk about because it's been a while. Several ways to navigate. If you have completely analog cockpit and no map or anything, you use the VFR map and you use the headings in the nav log to decide where you're going. That's how I figured out, like 234 degrees for 7 minutes 46 seconds. Or sometimes you get a GPS like this and you use autopilot and let the computer fly. Sometimes that works for the whole bush trip, sometimes only works for the first leg, just depends. Xbox has different results than Flight Sim, than PC. Another thing you can do, let's say, let's do CDI here, see the CDI. Let's make it say purple, GPS, right, FMS. You can come out, let's say you don't have this. If you have something that has CDI where you can change the HSI to GPS, come out here, and once the HUD loads, you can use the purple line here. Follow that. So many ways to navigate. It's what you make of it. There's no such thing as cheating in Flight Sim. It's just what you make of it. So because I've been doing a million hours by hand, manually navigating that other bush trip that I'm still recording that you already watched, we're going to take advantage, set up autopilot, let the computer fly this for us. I just need to get the sightseeing set up. Might sound easy like a cop-out. It's not. I think I've done, are we up to 52, 53 bush trips now? I've done them all different ways. I have nothing to prove to anybody. So there we go. All right, so let's set up autopilot right now. I think it said we have to go to 2,500 feet. What did it say? 2,500 feet. So we're going to do flight director. We're going to use nav. That's the GPS. We're going to go up to 2,500 feet. It's going up in hundreds. I haven't flown this plane in ages, or I haven't flown it many times. Both. I haven't flown it many times and haven't flown in ages, but flown enough that I'm familiar with it. Ooh, does VNAV work in this now? Well, we're going to use vertical speed. I'm not going to use VNAV today. We don't have an IFR flight. So let's go. Come on now. Stay on the click spot. Let's go up 1,100 feet per minute. We'll use vertical speed. All we need to do now is just hit autopilot and yaw damper when we're in there. That's it. And it's going to follow the computer for 3 hours. And I'll just keep track of stuff. Alright, let's see if ATC works for us today. Remain, no, we're going to depart. It's kind of like east, kind of like south, depending if you're looking at a globe or a map. So let's say south-ish.
Ground Turtle Soup Tango 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 4-1 ready to taxi south departure.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 4-1 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 28 via taxiway cross runway 28. Contact tower on 118 decimal tree when ready.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 28 using taxiway cross runway 28 Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Alright, so all we do is we just taxi out, back taxi a little bit, turn around, and that is our taxi. So flaps down 1, right? Oh, flaps already down 1. That's weird. Okay, let's use our favorite taxi view. Take off, brake, and holy cow, my throttle is forward. Let's just go over here. I'll do a quick taxi. I cannot turn the HUD off in whatchamacallit, bush trips, so we just have to live with it in this view. But that's okay. We'll have plenty of drone shots in a minute. Let's actually hop inside a second and let's not do that, because if we run into something, it's going to screw us up. I was going to come over here and turn on the appropriate lights. I'll recog, we're going to keep those on, and nav. There we go. Okay, now we can go forward. There we go. Alrighty, this video actually is, I guess it is going to be longer because I did the preview of the intro and all that stuff. So it's not going to be a 20-minute video. It's already been 20 minutes. But you get the idea, right? It's 3 hours for me plus these 20 minutes getting going. It's not going to be that long for you. I just hope I can finish it in one day. I'm doing this on a Saturday morning. My wife is hanging out with a friend. My kids are still sleeping. I'm hoping to get this done before my wife gets home. Not that I have to stop when she gets home. It's nice to be, available when needed. Alright, here we go. Let's call for takeoff clearance while we turn around. And here we go.
Tower Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 ready for south departure at runway 28.
Turtle Soup Tango Tango Tango, form 1 altimeter, 29er.9er, 2 in tree 4 at 22. Departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 28.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Interesting. What barometer did he give me? Alright, I think we're all set, ready to go. Let's zoom this out a little bit so that we don't have to stare at that. And the POI is even marked for us, so we'll know when we get there. So, first thing we're doing, we're flying out, looking at some of the most beautiful fjords in the world. That's what it said. So let's do it. Spool the thing up. And away we go. Wow, the sun just came out or something. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Alright, see you later, airport. I better pay attention. And this is a runway, not a road. Whoa. Okay, I'm not paying any attention to what I'm doing. Man, okay. Brakes to stop the wheels. Gears fixed. And flaps coming in. And this trim is set really high. And why is it doing this? Is it loading crap? Yes it is. Look at that crosswind.
Tango, form 1 continue for south departure.
Tower Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 continue for south departure.
So we've talked about many times before, when the sim gets jittery like this, it's not my computer, it's the servers on the other end having a hard time sending information. Flight sim people have acknowledged it, and people with computers 4 times better than mine have the same exact problem in the same places. So that's just how it is. It'll smooth out once it catches up. But let's just enjoy the scenery for a minute. Actually, wait, let's not. Let's hit autopilot. Because that's the whole point. Which preset do I have for autopilot? Autopilot, yaw damper. There. Good grief. That's the whole point of autopilot. Alrighty, let's use this view now. Get some screenshots, some selfies, because this is gorgeous. And I must say, after hand flying that other bush trip for 6 hours that I've done already, plus the 5 more I have to do or whatever, 4 more I have to do, this is really nice to just let the airplane fly and I get to just look around and enjoy things. It's still jittery. That's weird. There's not, what's there to load here? I mean, if the server's providing me stuff is having issues, regardless of what it's loading, it's going to be weird. Huh. Anyway, into a huge rainstorm.
Tower Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 frequency change.
Alright, we'll stay at 2,500 feet because that's what it said to do. So all we need to do is control our speed so we don't overspeed. Because see how we're headed overspeed already? So we got to bring this back. And just be a little careful here. Alrighty, let's look. Oh my gosh, look at that rainstorm coming. That's amazing. See, now it's really smooth. See, it finally loaded what I wanted to load. So if anybody's like, oh, it's because of the weather and blah, blah, blah. No, it isn't, because look how smooth it is now. There's just that air base back there was probably handcrafted. And handcrafted airports are a mess when it comes to smooth. And, what's the word they use? Not compile. Optimization. Anyway, beautiful weather, but we can't see what we're supposed to be seeing. So anyway, I'm not going to be sightseeing quite yet because that takes time, but I'm not going to keep talking either. So in 7 minutes, we'll get to what we're looking for. I forgot already. Oh yeah, the protected area. So we're going to get to this protected area on this edge here in 7 minutes. Yep, see the icing? See? Icing on the window, and icing does affect the aircraft. So what do I need to do? Because I don't want to have to turn it off. I want to keep the weather the way it is, but we will crash. Pitot heat, yep. Primary high, airframe max, backup on. So only 3 buttons work. Well, let's do windshield. Windshield. Why does it keep doing that? Is it done icing over here now? Okay, it's gone now. Maybe because we're out of the clouds? I just have to keep an eye on it. If it becomes a problem, I have to change the weather. So anyway, we can already see what we're looking for. There's the water, there's a little fjord, and then there's a protected area coming out here, just under that cloud. Just like this. So, we'll be there soon, but let's enjoy this together while we can. Looking at the rain coming down, the clouds. How awesome is this? OAT, -12. That's why we're having problems. Huh, I have wind turned on, but it's not giving me wind data. That's interesting, unless it's here. Oh, here it is up here on this one. 22 knots. What does that look like? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Fun though, but crazy. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, there's our protected area right there. You see it? So as we fly closer to it, let's read about the next greatest thing, which is 10 minutes out. So we might have a little sightseeing segment with this one. Actually, maybe I'll combine a few, and then we'll just do a bunch of sightseeing at once, just so I don't talk so much. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to read about the next 3 or 4 things, and then I'll make sure they're in the sightseeing, but I won't be talking in between. So 10 minutes out, at the beginning of the Icefjorden to the Greenland Sea, turn to the south, track the coastline. 11-mile wide Bell Sound. Bell Sound is called, although called a sound, is actually a fjord, created by the glacier that formed by merging 2 of the smaller glaciers to the east. You can read about that if you want to. So we're going to look at a sound that's a fjord. That's 10 minutes out. I'll make sure to get that in sightseeing for you. Then 13 minutes after that, which won't be 13 minutes for you, turn and heading, follow the general trend of the coastline, remaining inland of the coastline. We'll see if we have to climb it all. This region is protected by the national park, Spitsbergen National Park. Wonderful wonderland of glaciers. You can read the rest of that. And then we'll do this next thing as well in the same sightseeing segment. South Cape Island, continue on course to Söderkapland, the region of Spitsbergen. Fly over the coast. You can pause this. Spitsbergen, current and atmospheric patterns clash. We'll see what the weather does. Brings warm, moist air to the area, but cold Arctic air. Cool. Alrighty, read about the weather there. Just south of Hornsund is a coastal plain called Bjørnbinflia on its northern reaches and Osselfla on the southern end. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing these correctly because I'm going to invite a couple of my Norwegian friends and my other online communities to watch this video and see what they think of, not my pronunciation, but of the bush trip. Not my pronunciation. So after the South Cape Island, we're going to come back together and I'll talk again. So what's that? POI 14? 4, sorry. So, alrighty, holy guacamole. Look at that beauty. That's amazing. There's a protected area. So the plane should turn on its own in a minute here. I don't know, I might have to climb. If I have to climb, I'll just climb and tell you about it later. It won't interrupt sightseeing to tell you that I'm climbing. And if I have to change the weather, well, if I can go faster than this. If I have to change the weather because of the weather and the icing not working, then you'll just notice, because in a sightseeing segment, bam, it'll suddenly be clear. So that's how you'll know. I feel like we're turning, but we're not. Yeah, we are a little bit. Just a little. Oh, there's like a thing down there. Is there something down there? I actually can't tell. Yeah, it looks like there's like a lighthouse or something down there, but the clouds keep getting in the way. Oh, don't ice us up. It's about to get interesting down here. In the meantime, let's check this out before we lose it in the clouds, and we lost it in the clouds. That is okay. Yeah, what's down there? Something's down there, and then the plane is going to turn. Oh, we might not see it. What is this thing? Oh, I love the moving waves crashing along the shore. I know it's not a sightseeing simulator, it's a flight simulator, but yes, it is a sightseeing simulator. It most certainly is a sightseeing simulator, as well as a flight simulator. Yeah, there's like a base down there or something. Something in the protected area. Cool. Alrighty, so we have quite a ways yet for me to fly. How long am I going? 10, 23, 30-ish, 32 or so minutes. And then I'll join you here. And that's when you'll hear my voice again. So enjoy a minute or two sightseeing. Oh, we're icing up again. Hang on. Come on. Windshield. I want to... Wait. When I hit windshield, is it instantly clearing the icing? And then it goes back to normal? Is that what just happened? Did you see that too? I mean, that's fine. But I don't think that's how it works in real life. You can't instantly wipe away the ice. So yes, I'm planning to give you sightseeing in a minute here and stop talking, but we're going to check this icing because it's negative 12 Celsius. Which I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. Times something divided by 5/9. I don't know what negative 12 Celsius is. Cold? Really cold? Alright, see the icing there? Watch what happens when I do windshield. It's gone. You see that? That's crazy. Like I said, that's not how it works. The problem I'm worried about is if I'm outside the cockpit doing a bunch of sightseeing and we ice up and I don't see it, we'll crash. Because I won't be in here to de-ice. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. It's been over half an hour of talking and I did not expect it to be that much. So sightseeing, I'll see you at that South Cape place. Alright, we're about 5 minutes out from South Cape Island thing. What was it called? South Cape what? South Cape Island, yeah. Which is right there. We'll look at it once we get there. But I just want to update a few things, because I've done quite a few things. First of all, I raised us to 3,500 feet to clear some hills and mountains that we would have crashed into when the airplane turned. And now I'm climbing us up to 8,000 for now. And then I might climb us to 10,000 to cross the water, just because it'll be more efficient and faster, I think. So, yeah, I just want to do 8,000 for now so we can stay close to the clouds, because the cloud skipping or cloud hopping or cloud surfing, whatever you want to call it, is really cool. And this is our South Cape Island thing here. Once we get there, oh, there it is right there, sorry. Cloud is cleared. Once we get there, we'll read about crossing the water to a weather station for 40 minutes and then crossing the water more for another hour. So, 4 minutes yet. We'll check out this island. I do have a child coming down to see me though, so hopefully I get to it. Alright, so there's an island right up there, South Cape Island, just above the wing. So while we're going there, let's read about the next greatest thing that's going to happen to us. And I wish these stayed minimized like they did in the original versions. Alrighty. 40 minutes out, Bear Island Weather Station. Set a course, which we're just going to use the FMS, and follow ADF, which we're going to use FMS, to Bjorn. Note that due to range limitations, it will not be received until far off the coast. Bear Island. Whoop. That's not what's supposed to happen. Where'd it go? There we go. Bear Island. This isn't working. There you go. The southernmost island. You can read about this. I'm not going to read over my voice. And over the past centuries, Bear Island has served as the base for whaling hunting, fishing, and coal mining. You can pause and read about that too, because I'm not going to read all that. Gain a visual on the island and this weather station on the northern edge. But we're going to be really high because I'm going to have a higher cruise for efficiency. So, and with the clouds, we might not actually see the weather station. But don't worry, I'll do my best to get in sightseeing when we cross over on the GPS. And then after that, we're going to keep going, because I'm not going to talk just for the weather station. Oh, then we fly over the next NDB. Yeah, whatever. That's 26 seconds later, whatever. Hour and 10 minutes later, though. This is the biggie. This is why the leg is 3 hours. Set a course, ADF, NDB. We're just needs a computer. Note that do the range. Yeah. Typical stuff. After more than an hour of flying, gain a visual on the Norwegian island of Megiroha. I don't know how you say that. Although on the island is considered northernmost point of continental Europe, connected by a bridge and tunnel. Gain a visual on this place. Kinsvekviadaden, a small peninsula that is northernmost point of Megiroha. Fly over Kinsvekviadaden and turn to the east-southeast. So, I'm not going to talk in between this. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you a little bit of sightseeing of water. We all know what water looks like in some clouds. And then I will do some sightseeing when we get to the weather station island, even though we might not be able to see it because of the clouds. And then maybe some more water, and then I'll talk again when we get to the island, which is considered part of the mainland. And then bam, we land right after that. So let me zoom this in. And how long after crossing water do we have? I think we got 40 seconds to a cape, 3 minutes. Oh, there's quite some time. There's 20 minutes till we get to the airport. So here we go. We're going to cruise at 10 grand just for efficiency. We're hardly using any fuel, which is great. And I'll give you some sightseeing on the way to the island. I'll show you the island if we can see it, and then I'll talk again once we get to the mainland. See you in a matter of moments at most. See myself in an hour and a half. No, 2 hours. Almost 2 hours when that's all said and done. icy land just under the nose. And we're cruising along at 10,000. I said $10,000. 10,000 feet. Fuel's getting kind of low. Hopefully you don't have to do a magical refuel in the air. That would be a bummer. Otherwise, we are going to keep our altitude until we get around here. Then we'll start coming down. We'll just step it down. The airport is at the end of the fjord, and it is at 21 feet above sea level. So let's hop outside, look around a little bit. This way, please. Thank you. We do have a few minutes. We can look around, and we have to read about what is next. We need to read about the next steps in the I was going to say race in the flight. Look at that. The most northern tip of Europe, even though it's an island connected by a bridge and a tunnel. And then way back there was the station, the weather station, and then the other island. I looked this stuff up in Google Maps while I was hanging out with my kids while this was flying on autopilot, and it's really interesting. It's hard to see anything at the weather station, so if there was a building there, I didn't see it in the sim, and I didn't see it in real life Google Maps. Alrighty, there we go. There's our northern tip of Europe. I guess we can maybe step down a little bit now. Step down 8,000 feet and then watch for icing. Of course, the fluid spray on the windshield is instant, and the frame fluid must be working. Vertical speed down. Come on, we'll do 100 feet per minute if I can get this thing to do it. There we go. Watch our speed. Bring back throttle so we don't overspeed. I did bring back props during cruise, so it wouldn't blow up. There we go. Let's just keep an eye on that. Speed is still climbing 168. Is your IS holding this? Heading approach back course. Nope, I don't see IS hold. Unless I'm blind. So we'll just do it this way. Well, bring it back. We're still speeding up. Alrighty, let's use this view so we don't overspeed. Alright, all the way down here. North Cape, 40 seconds away. Well, that means as soon as we at landfall. Cross over the small bay which lies to the east. And say at the next point of land. Although not the farthest north point of land. It is the farthest north point and that's accessible by vehicle. That's cool. European route E69, northernmost road in the world that connects major highway to network, terminates at Nordkap. The cape itself is a plateau. Oh, we're under it, so let's look. That ends in a cliff that plunges dramatically into the Barents Sea. So that's right below us. So let's look right below us. This thing right here. Right there. So not quite below us yet. But that is what it looks like in the picture. So let's let that fly itself out. How are we doing on speed? A little high, but we're about to level off. Alrighty, while we're going there, let's scroll down. Oh, come on. I wish these would stay collapsed like they used to. That was too far. Come on now. Close it. There we go. Close it. Close it. Jeez. Okay. I know you can go like this, but then that's up in your thing the whole time. It's annoying. North Cape. We just read about that. Huntington's Heelines. There's the cape there. 3 minutes out as we look outside at the beautiful scenery. Although Cape's out that side, we can't see it. Turn a course and pass over a bay, then peninsula, then gain visual on the northern tip of the next peninsula. NDB, we're not using it. There's a lighthouse. We'll see if we can see the lighthouse in a couple minutes. That's right here. So we'll see if there's a lighthouse. And then 20 minutes away is the airport. Turn onto the south-southwest course after passing over the lighthouse and fly along the western side of that place. Port's longest fjord then. The longest fjord in Norway at 76 miles. I thought the other one was 150. Oh, that was at the other place. Cross over the prominent north-south trending peninsula and fly. Sight of the smaller peninsula and fly. Land and shut down, storing the aircraft in cold and dark. The airport is a military civil duty use facility. Okie dokie. That takes care of our flight plan. Oh good, we get to see the peninsula just in time. The other one. Beautiful. And then we'll go and we'll look for a lighthouse. I had a little cough, sorry. Little ponds to go swimming in, probably pretty cold. I like the weather, I'm glad we were able to keep the weather. So let's Go down, let's see, down. Let's go to 4,000 feet now. And then along the fjord, we'll come down to land. Actually, let's do 3,500 feet. Oh dear. Train turbulence? 3,500 feet, vertical speed down to down. We'll do, come on, 800 feet per minute just because I like it. 900, I guess, fine. Bring back throttles a little bit. There we go. Whoa. Train turbulence like crazy. Or maybe it's updraft from cloud. I don't know. Anyway, there's supposed to be a lighthouse out here. We'll look for it when we get out there. We'll see how this goes. I gotta manage our speed here. Alright, do you see a lighthouse? I don't. We're too high yet to see a lighthouse. But there's a lighthouse there. That's what they said. And I believe them. I mean, I see a dot. That's probably it right there. A little speck of building. Right? Has to be. Right there. Maybe right there. There's another dot there. Lots of dots. Lots of little buildings. One of them is a lighthouse. Alright. Anyway. Super beautiful. Gonna go into the clouds. Have to watch the icing. Let's get the frame fluid going. I kept all the lights on. Barometer hasn't changed. There's no gyro drift in this. So we're just gonna follow the fjord and start descending more and more until we get ready to land. And I looked on the airport list for the airport. It's not on there yet. Too far away apparently. So this one's on there. That's not much further away. So 19 minutes out. I'll give you a quick round of sightseeing as we go through the clouds, and we'll call ATC and we'll land this thing. And I'm curious how long the real time is. It's at 2 hours 53 minutes. Looking at my real life clock. No, it's going to be about exactly 2 hours 15 minutes. Oh, I never started the timer. Darn it, I forgot to start the timer on this. Doesn't matter. We will see you at the end. Our airport showed up, so let's call in and see, is it controlled? It is. Let's get the ATIS. We haven't done ATIS yet in Bush Trip for a while.
Manak Airport information, Echo 0700 Zulu. Wind tree 0 at 22. Visibility 9er in snow. Sky condition 1,800 feet, scattered 4,800 feet, scattered ceiling 18,300 feet broken. Temperature -7. Dew point 1 tree. Altimeter 29.902. ILS runway tree 4 in use. Landing and departing runway tree 4. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Echo.
Alright, we have Echo. Let's request full stop landing.
Banak Tower Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is 54 miles north, 3,700 feet with Echo to land.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 Banak Tower. Altimeter 29.9er 2 in tree 1 at 22. Make right downwind runway tree 4.
Make right downwind runway tree for Turtle Soup Tango 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 41.
Alright, so runway 34 means we have to make a U-turn. And it says right downwind, so we'll see. That means you make right turns. So we come on we'll keep the airport to the right, so we make right turns, which would make sense because the mountain is here, and I think there's a big empty space here. So hopefully there's room to land runway 34. If not, we'll get our clearance, but then come back into the other direction. We'll see. It's pretty close yet, so we better start paying attention. Anywho, that's Minnesotan. Anywho, there was some incredible, gorgeous scenery as we flew down this fjord, but I probably edited it out because when I do the sightseeing shots, I give myself a cue that I see in the audio, so I know to save it. So it's quite possible I didn't save it because I didn't give an audio cue because I was talking to my wife on the phone. So you may have had some nice sightseeing from this fjord. If you did, good. I'm glad I was smart enough to go back and add it. If I didn't add it, then I'm sorry you missed it. Some beautiful islands and things. But anyway, look at these awesome storms. We did have some icing problems coming through. Alright, we are 6 minutes out. If we come over here, I stuck this on there. We're 18 nautical miles out. It might be a little early to come down more. I don't know. Let's come down more. Anyway, let's come down to 2,000 feet since it's basically at sea level. Vertical speed, but we're going to come down slowly. Like, if we do 500 feet per minute, and 3 minutes will get us to 2,000. That leaves us 2 minutes to figure out what we're doing. That's pretty good. Well, keep an eye on that speed. It's creeping up on us here. Yeah, it looks like plenty of green space around the airport. Green meaning low altitude, so there should be plenty of space to turn around. Also, this airport is so big, I think, that this plane, we could literally make our base in the midfield and still land. I think. Well, come here. Why won't this move off for me? Hello? That was weird. Anyway, we have reversers, so we're good. Wow, there's an airport up here somewhere? Where is it? Okay, so you go... There's a peninsula that you go over, which is this. Oh, icing again. Let's take care of that. And it's gone. I think it's simulating squirting the windshield because it's fluid control. And on the frame you squirt like, I think it's orange fluid. Maybe it depends on the, whatever it is. But anyway, you squirt stuff. So right now it's squirting stuff and then it returns to normal. The windshield is a quick squirt. Quick squirt. Anyway, looking good as we come down. Where are we at? We're at 2,600 feet. Let's bring back speed a little bit. No instrument approach, so we're just going to use autopilot to get us in the vicinity, and then we'll take over. And I have a feeling this video at least hit an hour, even edited it down. And I thought it was going to be 20 minutes because of the water crossing, whatever. There's an airport. We're in a circle to land, so we'll see how this goes. It's the end of that peninsula, huh? It's hard to see with the clouds. I might have to clear the weather to see the airport, to be honest. Like, if it's raining over the airport, we don't have an instrument approach, we might have to clear the weather. And I'm hoping the train behind the clouds that we can't see isn't above 2,000 feet, because that could cause some problems too. So this is getting kind of sketch, isn't it? Oh boy. I know this is basically sea level, but this isn't. I don't know. Maybe once we cross the water, it'll be obvious. Oh boy. This is not recommended for real life. You would not do this. You would either need an instrument approach or you would call it off. And there's a train turbulence as expected. And icing again. Let's get that going. That'll pop up, and then I'll do the airframe. Looks gorgeous, but this is absolutely dangerous and ridiculous. I'm gonna have to clear the clouds, not to like cheat in air quotes, but it's just not fair to us to do this in a bush trip because there's an airport out there. Look, right there. There's an airport right there, like 42 seconds away from us, and I can't see it. So, oh now I see it. Alright, fine. Autopilot, yacht damper, flight director. There we go. Okay. We will be able to do this. Why is my yoke going all wonky? Not my yoke, but why is it responding all wonky? Weird. Hello. First set of flaps. Gears obviously down because it's fixed. There's our runway. There's 24. Okay, that was crazy, but fine. Keep an eye on our altitude because we don't want to come down too soon all of a sudden, because when we turn around we'll lose our visual on the runway. Why are we not getting clearance to land though? That's kind of weird. And it's getting all jittery because it's probably handmade airport and is loading stuff in or something. I don't know.
Turtle Soup Tango 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 4-1 wind tree, tree 1 at 22. Cleared to land runway tree 4.
Clear to land runway tree for Turtle Soup Tango 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 4-1.
Alright, we're going to flap a little bit early because we're going to have a really short final because they did not give us much space. And we're still kind of over the airport area, I think. So we'll keep our speed nice and low if we can. Oh my gosh. Again, this is not my computer because obviously this isn't an area that we would require much computing power at all. It's their servers. Whenever there's a detailed area or handmade area, their servers seem to be all goofy. They've acknowledged it. It's not me. And the weather has been the same weather the whole time and it's been fine. So this is annoying, but whatever. It's just the way the sim is working right now. It's been going on for a couple months. I don't know what stall speed is on this thing. I just see rotate, so let's stay above that. Until we get near touchdown. Nice and smooth, although... Do we have wind going on here? 18 knot wind. No wonder why it's being difficult to control this airplane. The jittering and stuff doesn't help either. How annoying is this? This happens most bush trips. We talk about it pretty much every time. They have an area. The servers are like, what's happening? Alright, we're gonna we're gonna coast above rotate. And we're not gonna touch down above rotate. We'd bounce and take off again. We're gonna coast, aim for the numbers, level off, let ground effects float us around, which it is, and just crab a little, left wing down, right rudder to compensate, let it touch down all on its own. There we go. Down gently, reversers engaged, I think.
Tango 4-1, turn next taxiway.
And there we go. Flaps, whoops, I have reversers engaged, so. Wait, are reversers? Come on, reversers. There we go. Okay, it's my reverser button on my yoke is finicky sometimes. So we're going to just turn around here and back taxi. Because I don't know how far away the next thing is. Let's stay on.
Tango 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 4-1, contact ground on 118.05.
Yep, I am. I'm just trying to control this thing. What the heck?
118.05 Turtle Soup Tango 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 4-1.
Sometimes when there's wind, now it says no wind data, but when there's wind, it's hard to control. And do we have icing on the ground? Oh my gosh. What's the temperature? Oh yeah, it's below freezing. What am I doing? It doesn't say, it says takeoff options. I don't want to take off. Taxi to parking and fueling. There is no parking option or thing, so we're just going to go like this. Oh, there we go right there. Do you see the person waiting for us? That's where we'll go. Let's see their fun taxi view. Oh my gosh. Stop the jitters. Again, obviously, this isn't a high computing area. It's just annoying. Oh, she says stop right now. Okay, we'll stop. Parking brake coming here. Cold and dark. We can just hit the battery and it should be all we need to do, but we're going to try to do it a different way, just have more fun with it, even though we've been going on here for a long time. Low vacuum. Why is my mouse stop working? That's crazy. We'll just turn all this stuff off, please. Okay, what? Okay. I didn't even finish. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Yikes. I did it. Okay, you know the drill. Subscribe so you know when leg 2 goes live. Hit the like button so people know we exist. I think I'm the only person doing every single bush trip. A lot of people stopped after like the first 5. So in order for everybody to know that we exist, hit the like button. Play the algorithm game with me. I say we because I do this for everybody, not just myself. So there you go. I gotta find some food in real life, and I'll see you next time.